Second Watch.
Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Second Watch. With you, as always, is Lord Mattias and Gary. We appreciate everyone being here. I don't really know what to say. It's a chill stream. I'm
Happy
48
birthday,
years. I know I'm 48 years young, as they say. The boomers say, right? I'm older than dirt, younger than sin. But we just got we're just gonna be hanging out tonight. Who's getting Matt his hookers and blow? What's up, Legacy? It's not that kind of stream, sir, but thank you. I appreciate it. I've seen some birthday wishes already in chat. Thank you very much, everybody. I treated myself to some Doc Holiday bourbon. I love the cap. I've already tasted it. It's very, very, very good. Well worth the price. But Gary,
yes,
we've had the past couple weeks. We've had some really important guests. DM Scotty last week. We had, despite our technical difficulties, that was a great conversation.
That was so my bad.
No, because even something happened on my end near the end of the stream where I think we had a brownout because it was like when the ice storm, winter storm was and the outro didn't play, and I think I logged off for a split second. It was weird. Anyway, point being is we haven't actually talked about the games we've been playing for a little while. So, what have you been doing?
Well, this week in particular, I've been walking through the flu apocalypse, and there have been no games because everybody in my house is sick, and I've been sick, and it's been crazy. But to play again. The first one, I think nobody read the rules. How do you do that? It felt, Rob called me and he was like, what'd you think of the session? And I said, it was great. It felt like middle school where you get somewhere and you have to look up the rules and everybody's figuring the game out. So we got that going. But other than that, we've got the Luna game. Everything's been really, with the winter storm and people getting sick. And hey, Bacon, everything.
Thanks, brother.
Getting rescheduled and bumped out. And so I'm going to tell you the truth. Over the past couple weeks, I haven't had a ton of gaming. It's just sometimes those things happen.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm just recycling through all the happy birthdays. Thank you, Erudite. Anton, thank you, sir. Yes.
How the fuck am I already getting? I don't have any internet on doing anything wrong, and I'm already roboting out.
Yeah, I don't know.
My internet connection here hasn't gone out. Everything's fucking good. God
damn it. I don't Snake Oil Sean. I think this is one of the first times I've really seen you in chat. Good to see you, man. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Yes. I don't want to turn this into a doom and gloom thing. I don't even like announcing that it's my birthday, but I mean, the second watch is landing on today, so I'm like, we'll just make it a chill stream. We'll hang out. Tonight after dinner, we went to a barbecue place. Pretty good. I had some bourbon, some ribs, and then we came home and we watched one of my favorite movies, definitely part of my personal Appendix N, The Wrath of Khan. Star Trek 2. And precisely because every year around my birthday, that scene with McCoy and Kirk, where he's giving him the Romulan ale and the eyeglass, he's like, "Happy birthday, Jim." And then McCoy's like, "Damn it, Jim. Everyone has birthdays. Why are we treating yours like a funeral?" That's kind of like my attitude for the past few years. So I wanted to watch that. And I love that movie. My son watched it for the first time. He loved it. So, but anyway, I really do appreciate all the happy birthdays. I really do. And Snake Oil Sean, good to see you. Thank you very much for the super chat. Yes, there it is. Con, you bloodsucker. I was quoting the movie too. I'm that guy. I love it that much. Um, but yeah, no, uh the Lord of the Rings game, the One Ring, I really like it. I know we're still kind of learning it, but I think that first session it was perfect because like I said in the chats leading up to that game, I was like, let's just have some silly encounter. It doesn't need to be part of some, the opening stages,
Right, right.
campaign, adventure, whatever. I know Rob being Rob, Mr. Author, literature studies guy, wanted to do something important, and I more power to him. Um, but I really like it. I'm reserved because who knows, maybe it'll suck as the more we play it. But right now, I'm kind of enjoying it. I like it's got enough crunch to make things interesting from like a game mechanic side, but there's also a lot of RP. Uh, Brian and I, we've had some side conversations. Like our characters, we're going to be the role players for sure. Hopefully, Bacon will join us because I know Chubby just wants to go and kill things, which is cool. But we're definitely we
No,
have
that
plans.
was me that posted the "Let's go kill things" meme.
Oh, yes, that's right.
That was me. Hey,
Oh,
dying breed.
Kyle, Dying Breed. Hey man, I just want to show you this is what I'm drinking tonight. Some Doc Holiday. Thinking of you, brother. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Everybody, go check out the second watch tomorrow.
I
I'll
loved.
probably be in chat, by the way. So,
Yeah, I liked how. I will say I liked how Rob had like his music set up, and he had like this big intro beginning. It was like this really grand kind of thing that we start, as opposed to, okay, now where do you want to go from here?
right, yeah.
It was nice that that was pretty cool. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I'm not even planning anything right now. I have time for maybe a game a week and the occasional one shot or something like that. So I think for now that's going to be, Tuesdays, every other Tuesday. I'll do Luna, Easy D6, and then that'll last however long that is, and then we'll do the One Ring, every other Thursday, and that'll be my one game a week.
How, when everybody asks me about game mastery, it's like the Kobayashi Maru test. I cheated.
Can't say that. You can't Kobayashi Maru your players.
Well, you can,
You
but
can.
you can. It's just will they come back? Oh, we got a super chat from Mike Necrofant. What's up, brother? $4.99. Thank you very much. Nothing against the flip through review. Happy birthday, Matt. Mine's next weekend. Happy birthday, brother, to you too. Yes, got nothing against the flip through review, but I find playing games is more important than talking about them. But yeah, no, I think I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I actually want to pull back because I've made the mistake, as I was mentioning before we started the stream. It wasn't a mistake. Like there's some like great people that we've gotten to know the past 6 months who are running games or have groups, and like I've jumped in to like fill in a spot or something,
Yeah.
and now I'm like part of like all these games, and it's like for the past like couple of months I've had something going on every single night, which
Right.
has been a great problem to have. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to need to back up a little bit just to give myself some breathing room because I got projects I want to work on. I got a family. I
Yeah.
got, you know what I mean? So it's like I can't just, but yeah. Chubby was running Shadow Rim on Erudite's channel, and that was really fun. I only think I was there for like 3 sessions before he kind of put a pause on it. I jumped in because Shadow Rim I own it. I think it's a really neat Shadow Dark supplement, or I don't know what to call it, setting. And I just wanted to get a chance to like dip my toe in it. That was a lot of fun. I'll probably be doing a review video on that eventually. Oh, Super chat from Erudite 9.99. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a super sticker. This is the first I've seen this.
Oh yeah.
Shiba dog rolling on the floor, laughing out loud. Not entirely sure what you're referring to, but cool. Thank you, sir.
It's a
Appreciate it.
sticker, bro. You can see it. He's laughing, laughing, laughing.
Well, I'm looking at
And,
the chat in
oh, well, I have
restream.
YouTube
I
up
don't
monitoring.
I don't see the sticker, but that's cool.
You shouldn't say that. You should just say, "Oh, look, cute," and then go on. Buy yourself
Oh,
something nice.
I'll finally be able to get that subscription to Mad Scribe magazine I've always wanted. Thank you. but yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. This is going to be kind of going off on a tangent. I haven't really had any time this week to look at games or play games, or I mean, it's just been one of those times. But I do find that when I sit down, the first thing I reach for is like one of the D&D books. Like, we're playing a One Ring game, I'm running an easy D6 game. And then, but in my free time, I caught myself this afternoon looking at this.
Oh, I mean? Yeah, I got mine down there.
I guess the only reason I'm saying that is because, as much as I like that we've been playing all these other games, when I'm not thinking about it, right? When I'm just kind of on autopilot and I go to look at games or kind of whatever, I'm always going back to D&D or a D&D style, kind of game. And it's just kind of been brought to my attention recently because I haven't played OSE or anything like that.
Yeah. On that note, just real quick, super chat $5 from the chubby funster himself. Don't play in too many games. You might learn something. Drink instead. Twist my arm, chubby.
Tonight's a sober night.
That is such an excellent. Well, I've been sober all month. This is such an excellent bourbon. Damn, that was worth the money. Thank you, Chubby. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Yeah, yes, because we've had the benefit of being able to play in a couple like alternative games, like
right.
The sci-fi game with Ben Gibson, for
Stars
example.
That Number is great.
Fun system. But you know what? It was rooted in D&D, and like when I start thinking of terms of games, I'm still thinking in that sort of paradigm, even if it is a science fiction. Because like that game with Ben Gibson gave me some ideas for like mini campaigns. I mean, they could end up being longer, but I'm like a year-long campaign, give or take. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking in terms of, well, I'd want to make X, Y, and Z, these elements, very similar to what I would do for like a dungeon crawl or something. You know what I mean? So like it all really does go back to fantasy. And I know you've said this in the past, and you've said this pretty consistently, that fantasy RPGs is like the most popular and the most like go-to, right? Yeah. In this hobby. So I don't know if there's something.
It's not just the most go-to. I've played
No, I think I heard you something about possibility.
I think RPGs might lend themselves to the fantasy genre.
Yeah.
Better than they do other genres. Although Stars Without Number is kind of great.
No, I really, let's drink. I think it's because I think we brought this up before. I think it's because of the tropes inherent in running a fantasy game. It makes RPing easy, right? I'm the fighter, I'm the magic user, right? But there's also the room to do more RP stuff. So I don't know. And modern games just sort of seem to be too close to home. And when we play these games, I think we want to really focus on escape. And truth be told, what I like about Stars Without Number is more the mechanics than anything else. The implied setting I could give a shit about. I just want to use those mechanics to do the things that I want to do. Like
Oh, you're so ridiculous.
I would consider, I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but I would consider just using those mechanics for a fantasy game.
Well, that's called Worlds Without Number.
It's, yeah, see, there you go. Right.
So, well, I disagree with you because the implied setting. No, it obviously it fucking doesn't. If I keep I swear to God, if it keeps up, I'm just leaving. And
You
Matt
might have
can
to
get drunk by
shave.
himself on the internet. I don't give a fuck. It's nah, I disagree. The implied setting for Stars Without Number is great because you can make it. Given the implied setting, you can make it whatever you want. Yeah, I'm out. I'll see y'all later.
Sorry, that was funny. That was funny. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. Oh man. Oh. I had a very busy week, so the laughter is very much appreciated as well. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like I think Crawford's going to be my next obsession in terms of like game rule collection. I've been trying to avoid getting into something like that because it's just money that, you know, it's just more money that I have to spend on the hobby. You know what I mean? So I've been kind of fighting it.
And those physical books are really expensive. Like if you only get the hard copy of those, you know, some of them they're pretty pricey.
Oh, what do we got here? $5 from Death Angel Shadow. Thank you, sir. I'm going to have to clip out the question I asked Peter for you, Mattias. Stay thirsty. Oh, guess what I'll finally get on Tuesday? Chubby Funster. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but probably something to do with, is it Shadow Rim? Hopefully that's it. On that note, Jeff, I just wanted to say congratulations, man. I was 20 minutes late to the interview with Peter Jurassic, but I was able to watch the last, the rest of it all the way to the end. Great job, you, Cam, Sci-Fi Snob. I can't remember the other guy's name. You guys did an excellent job. If you guys are interested in Babylon 5, if you want to see an awesome interview with the guy who played Londo, go to Tennessee Tabletop or Sci-Fi Snob. It's there, I think. It might be there soon if it's not. It was very good, very well done. And what I loved most about it is Peter Jurassic, like, wanted to be there. Like, he was just having fun telling stories, answering questions, whether they were deep questions or simple questions. It was a really good job. You guys should be proud, seriously. $5, Chubby. Matt, I think you probably have a praxis of play that you take from game to game. The system is incidental. You are the real game chassis being used. Chubby, I'm 3 drinks in. This is some deep shit. You might be right. You might be right.
No, Chubby, I saw that video you made, and it was really good. I liked it. It's good thoughts on that, and he's correct. But you're too many drinks in at 9:50.
It's my birthday.
Yeah, it is your birthday. Well,
I do have a thing that I do. But I'm pretty conscious of the fact that, like, when I want to try something new or like a new style or something, like I that's very much on the forefront of my mind. It's not all like automatic. You know, there was a time where it was automatic and I just sort of did what I did. But now I've, in the past 5 years, getting to know you and Brian when we started doing this, I really started looking in the mirror and like self-analyzing and being like, well, this seems to work. This doesn't. This is what I do that I like and I'm comfortable with and don't feel the need to change. But then there's these other things that maybe I could change. But I know there's definitely something I do that is me. So that's interesting. Got another super chat. My God, I'm going to have birthdays every week. $5 from Bacon. Thank you very much, sir. Here you go. I felt left out. Happy birthday. But Bacon, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I do have a thing that I do. Yes, that's going on a shirt. Um, so where were we? Stars Without Number.
You were talking about how you would it's fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about this today because fifth edition popped up on my feed. Oh, Black Lodge Games made a comment about, I guess they were doing some sort of live stream where they were playing a video game. It glitched out, so they started watching um, Critical Role, and they were just kind of, Matt. I was just basically saying, how is this entertainment? Because it was just nothing but like backstory, flashback stuff, and no real gaming going on. And then I commented like, "This is not even a game anymore. I have no idea what it is that they're doing. It's not like real entertainment in terms of like storytelling. It's not a game. Like I don't even know what this is." But it got me thinking about how the modern gamer really is so rooted to like this sort of video game mentality where everything comes down to a role, but they also want to have, and it's sort of like this contradiction. They also want to have this like narrative focus. Um,
Well,
and it just seems to me you can't have both. Like pure, you know, top of the mountain, idealized OSR play. Everyone's at the table going into description of what they're doing, asking questions to the game master to ensure they know what they're looking at, and having this exchange almost like a negotiation to reduce the percentage chance of failure such that they don't need a roll, right? Everyone
yeah,
does that, right? Um, and we all know though, in reality, everyone's OSR until it's time to be OSR, and then
right, right,
they're
right.
not, right? But that's idealized, that's what you want. um but that's like the complete opposite, right, of like 4D gaming, if we're going to look on like the um
Well,
the extreme side of the RP spectrum, because they don't do that, not really, right? So
well, I'm curious. What was the what? How did the Black Lodge guys? What? How did they take Critical Role? What was their?
they didn't know. They were looking at it from an entertainment perspective, like, how do you find this entertaining?
Mm,
It's just, when you think, I obviously didn't watch their episode,
yeah, yeah.
um, but I've seen Critical Role, so like it was probably a mix of this
Well,
flashback, inner monologue, our role playing intermixed with like jokes between friends. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
you'd like to see at a gaming table,
I
but
think. Did you see Joe the lawyer's video about Critical Role? He dropped
I
not too long ago.
I didn't.
Okay, so I think he made some good points. Um, and I think his story is kind of a lot like mine, where I don't want to put words in his mouth, but basically, it seems like there was some things in the past to enjoy when things were maybe a little more organic, and now it's just kind of like, what the fuck are they even doing?
Yeah.
And my experience with Critical Role is really funny because I heard about it during that first season, and I tried to watch it, and it was gross, and the sound and the camera, it was just bad. Um, but there have been times where I think it was their second campaign where I've turned it on because you're stuck in for the plague or doing whatever, and it was entertaining in that you had a bunch of friends goofing around talking shit, but it was not D&D. You know what I mean? And it got boring real quick. You can't watch 4 hours of that shit. You know what I mean? You can't watch all that. Um, so yeah, I think a lot of it is that there's a certain type of person that wants to be in a community.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think that's kind of what it is. Hey, Chubby had a great question a minute ago.
Yeah, I was scrolling up and I saw it and I tagged it,
Go
and
for it.
now I lost it again. There it is. Matt, what is something that Gary does uniquely and you haven't seen any other GM do it the way he does? Hmm.
I don't think I'm that unique.
Well, no, I'm actually I that's a great question because putting it into words is actually kind of challenging because I haven't really put it into words before. It's not anything that's happening at the table. I think it's what he's doing leading up to the table. Because I know we've talked a little bit about like the stuff you were doing behind the scenes, especially in the row, when especially when we ran into some issues, right? When you were having some difficulties with the row and like how to like set things up. Um, like and maybe I'm just a lazy DM. I don't know, but like I have NPCs. I have my little notes on an NPC, but I don't care really about my NPCs, and you seem to care about your NPCs. In fact, they seem very narrative driven. Like we need to be like when you introduce an NPC, like my radar goes up. I'm like, okay, this is something that's going to be obviously important. I'm not exactly sure how, and it might not be immediate, but it's going to be important down the road for sure. Like in Luna, Texas, the guy we drove off from Luna, like I'm sort of feeling we made a mistake doing that.
You knew right where he was, man.
Yeah, I
Now you
know.
don't.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I know he's coming, he's gonna come back to haunt us, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, like you, and I think this comes from your comic book background, your appendix N. Like you have this like way you like see things frame by frame, right? um and the interactions with those people, those characters, whether it's an NPC or PC in that frame is very important. Where, you know, for me it's the opposite. It's I'm looking at the hex map, I'm looking at the dungeon map, and oh yeah, there happens to be an NPC here. What does the table tell me? Table's telling me this, you know. I'm like the fucking high Elwyn from fucking Willow. The bones tell me nothing. You know, do you care for this child? You know, and oh, then the bones tell me something. You know, that's kind
Well,
of how I play NPCs, if that makes sense. Real quick, just want to give a shout out to Mercurius. Thank you very much, sir. $1 Australian. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
there's definitely a difference between the way NPCs work in a sandbox game as opposed to a mystery slash story-ish kind of game. Like in a sandbox game, I kind of know it really what you just what do your fucking characters want, right? Like that's all you have. And sometimes they just buy shit. They're just information givers, you know, quest givers. Um, but when you're playing a game that, you know, is narrative and you've got to talk to people, right?
Thank you, Zonalar. And yes, it is my birthday today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You kind of have to know those things. You know, you have to
Yeah.
know your NPCs. But one of the things about, you know, about this, well, I shouldn't say it. It's just, yeah, the NPCs, you know what they want. And I assign personalities and I steal those personalities. I've got a little thing I write down. It's either people I know or characters from movies or, you know, what have you. And then I know what they want. So, yeah, I guess so. But I think that's only fair in a narrative game. I don't think I, go ahead.
Just real quick, happy birthday, Lord Maddie's from Port Royal. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Um, no, I don't.
Like
I
I
don't
would
necessarily
say
disagree
if
with
you
you.
look at the shucked oyster, right, and you look at their NPCs, I don't think I write any more than they would write.
I think they write too much.
I don't think I write any more than they write.
Yeah. Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah. And by too much, I'm not trying to cast aspersions because I do like the shucked oyster. Like I
Yeah,
play
yeah.
tested it. I had a lot of fun with it. Um, and what they created was something that's really detailed, in depth. And if you have players that are dedicated to like sort of really investigating it, like it's actually a really cool backstory. Um, almost tragic.
Yeah.
Uh, but
So real quick,
I don't run my games like that.
yeah.
Uh, $5 from Flint Fire Forge. Thank you, sir. Everyone is OSR until someone loses an eye, and then everyone is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Too much OSR." Happens all the time, brother.
Every
All the
time.
time.
There's right before it says, "Have you ever thought to have one of the players play the NPC? Give them no, absolutely not. Um,
I have thought of that.
no, your characters are yours. They can do whatever they want. They can do. You can
I
do anything.
have I have NPCs that are important, and I would certainly not hand over to a player because I mean the player is going to do whatever. But in my current campaign with my in-person crew, Gods of the Forbidden North, I have a player who seemed interested in doing something alternative, and come to find out that's not exactly what he wanted to do. That's my current lament. But I did offer, I'm like, yo, if you want to play Gilver's Bamratch Gilver, this like merchant guy, you're free to do that. And I kind of explained the Bro SR style play. And I'm like, if you want to do that and then generate plot hooks for the Iron Price, like I can do that. We can totally do that if that's not. And I sort of feel like it went over his head, like he didn't quite fully understand what it was I was getting at. But I have thought about doing that. I love the idea of like players are traveling across the hex map, and then they stumbled upon a orc war band. Right, it's totally randomly rolled, and then even I roll randomly the orc warband war boss's name, and now all of a sudden I have this orc war boss, right? That's like plaguing the lands because of the rolls. I love the idea of being like, "Hey, Steve, come here for a second. If you were Grumgratch, One Eye, the orc blood dude, what would you do?" You know, like hand it to him and let him make the decisions for me. I think that would be really cool. Um, but yeah, I have thought about it, and I'm open to that concept. Legacy had a question that I wanted to I starred. I thought this was a good one. Have you burned out on a genre lately? I am feeling the urge to run anything that is not fantasy.
Not lately, but I burn out on fantasy all the time. Even as I say, it's probably the greatest. It's probably the best genre for gaming. I really think that's possibly true. I burn out on fantasy all the time. So, but not recently. I haven't burnt out on genre.
I have not burned out on a genre, but I do get burned out on systems. I think that's actually I don't know how true that is. Actually, what am I burned out on? I am burned out of on uh, standard fantasy. That is what the industry has been pushing.
So,
That
what is
is the
standard
industry.
fantasy though?
Basic D&D as seen through the lens of the modern gamer. I like there's a couple games, and you know I want to give Legacy a lot of credit because this dude, and we're probably gonna actually put a video together to talk about some obscure games that are out there. Um, because this guy will play, he'll get an idea, he'll get a game, and he'll run it like, and he'll try to understand it, and he'll introduce it to other people. That's how I discovered Dragon Age, which is a fun game. I got to play A Song of Ice and Fire thanks to Legacy. Um, a couple other games out there, but one game we've been playing, and I know the rest of the gaming crew like it, but I'm just kind of like, it's a combination of the mechanics, and it's a combination of just the setting. It's definitely a 5e alternative. It's called Mythcraft. It's like a 5e alternative system. I call it 5e alternative because it's a D20, right? But instead of like a proficiency bonus, you have skills that that have various bonuses assigned to them that you'll use. And there's a few other tweaks to it that make it kind of unique, or at least different. But the overall tone of the game is still very much that, I guess, standard WotC
Yeah,
D&D. And I just don't, that's what I'm burned out of. Like the anything goes, or that sort of saccharine, like, oh, look at this spooky monster, but the colors are bright, and like, I don't know. You know me, I like my grim dark. I like things a little grimmer, a little darker, a
yeah.
little more realism. Um, so that I'm definitely, I would say that's what I'm burned out of, and I've been burned out for a while. Like I want to see I want something that's going to challenge me either from a game mechanics perspective or gameplay perspective, like setting wise, you know. Um, and that's one of the reasons why I gravitate towards Lamentations of the Flame Princess. You'll the game I ran a couple weeks ago. I think the only time we rolled dice is when they got into combat. Like everything else, though, was just this give and take with the players and me, and it was awesome. Like, oh, hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna
Yeah.
touch that, we're gonna look at this thing, and it was great. But I don't know. Genre. I
Well,
don't know. I don't know if I'm really like tired of anything specific. But
real quick, can so I gotta add something because I need to get up for a
sure.
second and get ready to dispense medications to all of the invalids in my house suffering with the plague. Um, but something about fantasy. Why don't we use dragons anymore, dude? I was watching House of the Dragon. I saw this. I woke up during one of my fever dreams, and the old Dragonlance cartoon had showed up in my YouTube feed and was playing. We never like. I would love to run something that was dragon heavy, right? It's Dungeons and Dragons. When's the last time you used a dragon?
Oh, that's been a long time. Well, you go do your thing because I have a story for you because I did address that very same thing almost 10 years ago. And I made the
Really? All
mistake
right.
using fifth edition. But
Give me a few minutes. I gotta go dose some people. Everybody, Matt, you should give someone a call.
yeah, no,
See you in a
I'll
bit.
take a look. Yeah, sure. All right, we got some super chats. Let me Gary's spazzing out over there. All right. Not spazzing out. You know what I mean? Electronically. All right, Robert Stanton, $5. Thank you very much. I spend so much goddamn money on RPGs. I never have the time or people to play. I hope you, Lord Mattias. Hope I do. Yes. Well, I try. I do. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I was doing my channel. Like, I wanted to find people, try to set up games, this sort of thing. Because yeah, what's the point if we're just? I mean, it's great to collect the books. It's great to read the books, but it's like the purpose of the book is to play the game contained therein. So, um, once my life sort of stabilizes, I'd like to get back to like setting up games again, just like regular. So, but anyway, thank you so much for the super chat. And I also saw that you gave some birthday wishes in chat. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. You've been one of our original followers, and we really appreciate it. $5 from Daryl Lorette. Thank you. My B day too. Hey, happy birthday, man. 54 years young. I can't say my 40 years, though, was in an RPG coma for 30. Well, you know what? You can still say it because I say it all the time. To me, it's a badge of honor. Um, there is something to say about experience, and I don't like discounting it, frankly. So let's see what else we got in chat. Oh, we got another one. Robert Stanton, $2. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So well, I'll wait till Gary gets back about the dragons issue. Um, but yeah, I've been in some really great games lately. I want to give a shout out to Erudite. He just hit 600 subscribers on his channel. He has been doing the Lord's work and running a consistent game on Mondays, actual play, live streaming it, so you have a chance to see the game that they're playing. Right now, that's been kind of Shadow Dark focus, but I plan on, when it's my turn to run a game on that channel, to have everyone roll up victims, I mean characters in Lamentations of the Flame Princess, so we can run Big Tits, Big Terror in the Streets by Kelvin Green. It's a Lamentations module. A lot of stuff going on, and it all takes place in a 17th century Paris, France. I think it'll be great. I know Erudite knows a thing or two about French history, so I hope he likes it. I'm starting to read that right now, so looking forward to that. Chubby, by the way, you ran a great game for your Shadow Rim. Uh, I don't know if I mentioned this to you. I know I've mentioned it before, but the only reason why I haven't introduced that game to my in-person gaming crew is because if I did, they'd want to stop playing Gods of the Forbidden North and play that because all of them are Skyrim fans. I'm the only one in the gaming crew who has not played Skyrim. So, oh, $2 from Robert 10. Happy birthday. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, yes, he does. Actually, I've seen it. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't seen it. You are welcome, sir. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. So well, okay. Something I'm going to do real quick. Something came in the mail, and I don't think they're in chat, and I don't expect them to be. But a good friend of the channel is probably one of the more talented younger people in the industry. Was part of a massive Kickstarter, and we helped launch the Kickstarter. And my channel also helped get Barrels and Borderlands sort of on the map, which I really appreciate. And my Portal to Adventure, I believe that's what this is, came in the mail. I don't know what this is. Oh, back scratcher. I have no idea what this is. Probably something to do with miniatures. Anyway. Oh, all right. We got character sheets. What is this? Portal to Event. Oh, combined character sheets. Fantastic. I love the color. Oh my God, there's like tons of boxes in here. I have no idea what they were doing when they packaged this. But yes, we're doing a quick unboxing because it's my birthday and I can do what I want. Oh, here it is. Oh, man. I am so excited. I'm going to have these guys on. I wanted to go visit them a couple weeks ago, but the flu hit my house and I couldn't, but because these guys are over in Buffalo. And there it is. There it is and I sprung for the protective case. My wife was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's a birthday present to me. Don't get mad." But here it is. Here it is, folks. How do I open this? Do I have to smash it in case of emergencies? Oh my God, I need a game. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, the Portal to Adventure. Arduin, Barrels and Borderlands. Wow. Fantastic. Right? Am I right? Oh, wow. And then, of course, Lost Dungeons of Tonisborg. We got some Arduin stuff in here. Oh my God, this is fantastic. Cards. Whew. All right. Well, I'm very excited about this. I am been very curious about Dave Hardgrave and Arduin after talking to the guys over there at Emperor's Choice because Dave Hardgrave seems to be in the same philosophical mind that I am when it comes to running your games and designing for your games. You shouldn't have to worry about what other people are doing. Just do what makes sense for your table, you know, and and just sort of, I don't know, have fun with it. So very cool. I am very, very, very happy with that Kickstarter. And again, I'm not entirely sure what this is. Back scratcher? I'll figure it out. But did you see this?
What'd you get? Oh my god! You taking it out?
Oh, I just did. But I'll do it
Wait, it
again.
comes
Just
in a case.
I sprung for the case.
Ah,
So when my wife was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, I kickstarted a thing a little while back." And she's like, "How much did it cost?"
uh,
It's a birthday present for myself. She's like, "It's the only present you're getting." I'm like, "Okay." Um, but it is it's great. This is fantastic. Very good. So, oh yes, it is a back scratcher straight from
yay.
Arduin. You know what? I'm going to have to create a magic item called the Arduin back scratcher. So, all right, dragons.
Yeah, dragons. We need to use them more. They're cool.
I agree, and I think they're when they are used, they're underused. Like they're not used properly.
Well, I feel like
Um,
I want to get in a campaign, like almost like I don't want to run a Dragonlance campaign. I don't want to run a Game of Thrones campaign, but I wouldn't mind having my players fly dragons around. You know what I mean? Like if I want to do dragons like center to something, I just think that would be fun.
I well, okay, so years ago, it's around the time you and I met. I had a conversation with one of my buddies of this exact same conversation actually about dragons and how no one uses them, and when they do use them, they're almost like glorified, beasts or something.
Hmm.
So I put together a Dragon Slayer campaign, and the idea was this: you're not going to be able to take this thing out until you're like high, super high level. And the whole campaign would be around learning about this thing, finding out how to defeat it, building the Dragon Slayer, and there you go. That beginning, middle, and end, right? Um, and it started off like really cool. And I was sort of developing this homebrew world along the way. Um, but my players like started getting interested in things unrelated to slaying the dragon, which if I was playing OSR game, totally cool. Like, oh, awesome. You're like doing this thing and this is like what you're interested in. Let's go there, right? But but this was a campaign, focus. This was an adventure path game that they like expressly stated they wanted. So that got kind of annoying after a while. But they were slowly working towards it. It's just it didn't happen as quickly as I was like anticipating, I guess. Um, but we never got around to getting anywhere near completing that campaign because we started they hit 9th 10th level and the game just started breaking apart like
Hmm.
and that's just I just don't like 5th edition precisely because of that.
Yeah,
um
and I'm also let's don't say who that was that sent you a message. Is he on his phone or is he at home? Yeah,
I don't know where he is.
he's on his phone. Um, so this leads me to another big question because I said, why don't we run a campaign that centers around dragons? Do you think it's possible to start a campaign? Like, let's say hypothetically, we want to do a Game of Thrones style campaign where they still have dragons, right? They still ride dragons around. Like, do you have to wait to 5th or 6th level to give them a dragon? Like, can you have a party that starts out as royalty? Right, Judd.
Oh, good night, Jed. Good to see you, man.
Like, for example, could you give like a 3rd level character? Could you do a Game of Thrones style thing where you give a 3rd level character a dragon to ride around and make that work?
um
I don't think you could. I don't think you could.
I yeah, not in D&D. Maybe in like a different type of game where mechanics are more, narrative, I suppose.
Yeah, hang on, my dog's freaking.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it just takes. Did you ever see the? There's that South Park episode a long time ago about World of Warcraft, where they
Oh
spend
yeah.
months and months playing, and then they finally get to the end and they're like, okay, now we can play the game. And that's sometimes kind of how it feels. You have a good idea, like I want to do this big wars and the whole nine, but you got to get, you know, through level 5 and 6 beforehand.
Yeah.
You never stop trimming your ear hair. It does not stop when you go bald. Just so you know.
I wouldn't know.
That's fake hair. That ain't even a
No,
real
what
hair.
are you
That's
talking about?
that's just all you got left. For all I know, with your shitty camera, you could have like a Sharpie out there. Take your hat off again. Let me see. Prove it.
I'm like,
That's shit.
hold on a second.
All right,
Look, I
fine.
got like some shitty haircut from some chick at like a hair zoo, I think they call it. So there you go. It's real. Look
All
how
right.
awful that haircut is.
All right.
That's what happens when they're in rush and they're just like, give me a quick trim. I don't care. $20. Here you
Doc
go.
Flamingo says if you have a dragon that starts weak and levels parallel to its rider, that could work. You just have to make a level system for it. Doc, that's brilliant. Thank you, Doc.
How to Train Your Dragon, the RPG.
Well, something like that, but not
Yeah.
necessarily, you know? I don't know. It just seems like all the cool shit comes at the end. And when you're playing, like OSR style, how often do you actually have characters make 9th, 10th level and shit like that?
Well, yeah. So that's something I've also thought about recently because someone made an offhand comment in my in-person gaming crew about how skittish they've become because they don't want to they have characters that are now level 5, level 6, and they're afraid their character's going to die and they're going to have to start over. And what are they going to do? And while I haven't looked at book 3 yet of Gods of the Forbidden North, there's definitely a scaling that goes on with like
Mhm.
some of the major, dungeons and whatnot and areas of adventure. And um and I think I was, talking to Chubby about this a little while, a week or so ago. What can you do if like you've been playing, let's say, for 2 years in this campaign, and a lot of the stuff has been done, then all of a sudden you have these new characters and they need to come up. Like you're going to have to start populating the world with stuff for them. Um, and if the mega dungeon is really designed for higher level characters, is that something higher level characters are even going to be interested in doing? I don't know. Like, and this is not a criticism. This is actually like a legit, like intellectual question. Like, is this like, I can see my in-person gaming crew be interested in it because it's a goal.
Mhm.
And they are not, as I'm discovering, not that they just don't understand how much agency they have. Like they're still very passive. They're still like playing the video game, waiting for me to tell them what to do next. Every once in a while I get a glimpse and then they do something. I'm like, "Yeah, guys, this is great." And then they retreat, you know. Um but if I was playing with like, our Thursday crew, if you had a character that made it to 10th, 11th level, one, you'd be ecstatic. You'd be like, oh
Right.
yeah. And then you'd be like, dude, pull out your axe because this is what I'm doing. Ba, 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 ba. Next thing I know, my campaign is going in the Gary Lewis direction. Who cares about what's going on over there on the evil Mount Doom where all this evil shit is
Well,
happening? Gary Lewis wants to go over this direction. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it depends on the game. I don't know if that's necessarily true, especially when you're playing with a party. Like there's 6 of us. I'm not just going to, I don't think someone's just going to take over.
Oh, I don't mean that per se. I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit, but your goals will change because I know the kind of player you are, right? Because
Yeah.
now all of a sudden you have these tools at your
Oh yeah.
whereas like my in-person gaming crew, like I'm literally like I got the spoon. I'm like, okay, the airplane's coming into the lander,
Right.
and they're not
Right.
interested in eating it because they're just like, tell me what button to press, you know?
It's funny because y'all are playing Gods of the Forbidden North, which is a sandbox game, which kind of relies a bit on player, taking players taking the initiative.
Have a good
And
night, Legacy.
um, so that being the case, hey, I got an alarm going off. I'm sorry. Give me a sec.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. All right. I might actually let's see here. Drop a link or something. I'm getting like all these private messages here. All right. Well, never mind. Are you running an adult daycare center at your RPG table? There are no Somalians at my table. No, I'm just kidding. That's gonna get me kicked off YouTube, I bet. No, they're just they're old. They're not old school players. They're they grew up in the Hickman Revolution, where there's like this sort of adventure path. There's a story, and they're very passive in that regard. They, truth be told, we started playing Gods of the Forbidden North because they got interested in my homebrew setting, and we started playing Forbidden Lands, and they really liked the system. But I didn't like the world, and I suggested, well, what if I took Forbidden Lands and used my homebrew world, and we can use that. But that was going to require a lot of work on my end. And on one hand, I didn't have the time to do it. But on the other hand, I know my players, being as passive as they are, the kind of game I want for my homebrew world required players who were willing to take the reins and really exercise some agency and interact with the world in such a way where the game becomes me reacting to them versus them reacting to me. So Gods of the Forbidden North is my training grounds for them before we really do this thing that I'm starting to work on, which will involve killing a dragon at some point. So they're just very used to that adventure path style that WotC has been.
And
These guys have been very loyal to the brand. They've played D&D all the way through, and in fact, one of my guys has got he's running a D&D 2024 game with his family, and he's always talking about it. We're doing this, we're doing that, da, 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 da. And I'm like, it sounds like you're having fun, great, but it's not a system that I'm interested in.
yeah.
So
Well, I find that I've had very few of the take charge. uh Joey, sometimes a fart is just a fart, but here recently, um,
I made a comment about Somalians. Sorry.
yeah, that's right.
This is fantastic. Oh God, that's funny.
Yeah,
Thanks everybody.
this week a fart is not just a fart.
Oh no,
Uh,
there's flu. The
oh my
flu
god,
has hit Texas.
it's so bad. And it goes in phases, man. If y'all get it this year, I'm sorry, but it's been hanging on around our house for like a week now. It's horrible. Um, yeah, but I find that there's not a lot of players that just jump in to that sandbox thing. You do have to train them. Even
Yeah.
the guy, honestly, man, even a lot of the guys that jump up first when you say I'm gonna play this game or that game, you get into it with them and they are waiting. What are you gonna give us to do? It's like, bro, here's the map.
Right.
Here's the map. What do you want to do? Go get it. Um, think that what if I'm ever in another game that you're running, or if I get into a sandbox game, all of my characters, the end goal is to take over the world. Like that is the in the end goal. Or I want to like if I'm a thief, I want to run a thieves guild in the biggest city. You know what I mean? If I'm running a fighter, I want a big army and I probably want to conquer as much as I can
Yeah,
conquer.
I'd say I think that's great, you know?
You know,
Um, when I started running my Lamentations of Elemental Evil campaign, uh, I recruited a bunch of, like, grognard type dudes. They were great guys, you know, I don't have anything negative to say about them, you know, but I was playing Lamentations rules as written, and one guy in particular, I get these private messages like almost weekly. Oh, I kind of don't like how this rule is, blah blah blah, and it kind of does this, and it's kind of does that, and da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, I know what it does. But for me, that's not a flaw. That is a problem for you to solve in game. Figure it out, you know?
yeah,
And that's where to be honest, I coined the phrase everyone's OSR until it's time to be OSR because of that campaign. Because there were times where there would be a TPK um, or a serious loss of life, and the chat in my Discord was combination of how could we have done that better to man, this game's really hard. You know,
yeah.
like, oh, how come we're doing it
Y-
like this? And this game shouldn't do it that way. And it's like, well, the only reason why you're saying you have a problem with that rule is because it worked against you. When
Yeah.
all the other times I applied it, it didn't work against you. You know what I mean? So,
I think what's funny is when you start a game and everybody's like, yeah, let's, we're going to play an old school game and I've been playing forever and OSR. And then you get to character creation. I was like, so we can do 4d6, drop the lowest. You know what I mean? Like right there, I'm like, oh,
how come?
are we using Theko? We can use ascending armor class, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
How,
like all these,
max hit points at first level?
yeah,
Nah, bro.
mapper, map.
What?
What's a mapper?
You?
So,
Yeah.
I think that's what we mean when somebody says everybody wants to be OSR until it's time to be OSR. Is that there are certain conventions of the older game, and I'm not even talking 1-to-1 time or all the browser
Yeah.
stuff. I'm just talking simple. I'm talking 10-minute turns,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
10-minute
Yeah.
dungeon turn, which is so important to the old game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, and you know, eh, I'm not the biggest OSR guy. I like games, you know what I mean? I like
Oh,
different
no.
games,
Yeah, no.
but
Yeah, I hear you.
it is just telling how, you get into it and it's like, oh man, that's three characters of mine you've killed, Gary. Well, I'm beginning to I'm kind of on Ben's side these days where it's like, I'm not killing your characters. You're making decisions and then rolling poorly,
Right. Yeah. No, well,
you know?
that's exactly my point. Like in that campaign, I killed 26 player characters
Yeah.
over the course of 3 years.
Mhm.
And that might include a few henchmen. But it was
Right.
mostly player characters. And I'd like to think I was pretty cool about it. Like number 1, I imported Adventure Conquer King system, the insurance so they could,
Right.
do whatever but I was also like the times where things went awry, like I was descriptive, I was narrative, and I let them feel like you went down not just because of some random thing, but it looked cool, it sounded cool, especially like episode, was it 23? I think it was episode 23. I called it the Goocher because prior to the game, before I hit record, we were all talking about bad luck. And I was like, oh, yeah, you ever seen Stand By Me? They had the Goocher when everyone flipped tails or whatever. They're like, oh, yeah, this might be the game session. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, guess what effing happened? It was a TPK. So I titled the episode The Goocher, and it was Tower of the Stargazer by James Raggi. Fantastic module, fantastic module. Everyone should use it. Put it on in your campaign world. It's fantastic. But they went out like heroes, because if they didn't do what they did, Hamlet would have been taken over by a 17th level magic user, the brainchild of James Raggi, and that campaign would have been very different. So they took out like a big bad, and everyone died at once. Like, it was really cool. And so the very next game session, they had spent all this gold for a heroic send off. So I did this whole thing where the people of Hamlet did a funeral procession for him, and there's this big monument, and this dog, the dog that they had since day one, that was the only thing that survived that, like, would hang out by their grave, and the people of Hamlet would just feed it because it refused to leave their grave. The loyal dog. So I gave that kind of thing. That's what I would do. So I'm not cruel, I guess, is what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say. I'm not cruel, but anyway.
Well, I think as long as you're, if you're in your game and you do need to telegraph the danger a little bit,
Oh, of
right?
course, yeah.
Like, you don't need to tell them what the danger is, but if you're telegraphing the danger and they're making decisions, I'm over the guilt thing, man. I felt really bad when I had a graveyard of, like, 32, right? Like, granted, a lot of those were henchmen and PCs and everything else, but I started to feel bad, and then now I'm just kind of over it. You shouldn't have gone there. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have
Yeah.
turned the corner. So yeah. So whatever. Someone said, I don't mind my characters dying as long as I get to role play them while they're alive. But how many OSR tables exist where the players are role playing? I don't
Good
know.
question.
I guess it depends on what you consider role playing. If that means, if role playing means putting on your voice and having time with NPCs or with the other PCs and not rolling dice, and I mean, I don't. Role play means that means a lot of different things. It's a lot of different, you know. I think you. I don't. Are they role playing? Is
I
that in character?
I think, well, I mean, for me, and I've said this before, like, I'm not, I mean, as much as I like appreciate the 4D guys, like, I'm not looking for that necessarily. But
Right.
if you come up with that one thing that kind of captures the essence of your character, that you like pop in every now and again to kind of remind everyone this is what your character's like, that's great. That helps me visualize. When I was in this, there's this channel, it's defunct, I think the videos are still up, but it was called Fantastic Dimensions. um a guy named Ian Christensen, great game master. He was doing a lot of lamentation stuff on his channel. He was actually one of the guys who sort of popped my lamentations cherry. Like, he's just a really cool guy. During COVID, let me join a game. But he ran a mothership game, Zero Edition, and I joined after about 20 sessions, and I played a Marine, Lieutenant Colonel Remy LaRue. And when I rolled up the character, he started off with like a titanium toothpick. So whenever we started talking about doing violence, I would just interject and go, Remy chews his titanium toothpick aggressively. I would just keep doing it. Remy smiles and chews his titanium toothpick aggressively. And everyone's like, okay, Remy's interested in this, like, it's time to lock and load. Let's do something. But like, those little things, I think, is great. Like, it does nothing mechanically, obviously, right?
Right. Right.
But visually, it does something for everyone at
Yeah.
the table to know your
So
character. So
Zanolar answered me back. He said, "Well, as I said above, OOC talks, asking rules questions, turn by committee is not role playing. It's interpreting. It's interrupting the role play." Okay.
I'm looking for that so I can highlight it. I think I missed it.
Things like that. It's a few up. It's not too many.
All right. Oh, there it is.
Sure. But so is the opposite of that just knowing the rules and playing the game? Is that what you're
Yeah, what
like?
is yeah, I'm not
Because if I say what is role playing, and you tell me what it's not, that's cool. I would agree with that. Um, but what?
yeah, well, but yes, but you know what though? Asking rules questions um is part of playing a game, and this is a role-playing
Yeah,
game.
here's where we start to get into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I hear you. I
It's
want to
that
highlight something real
life.
quick. Someone from Rumble, the 13th Zen. I don't know how to pronounce that. That was an awesome episode. Great ending and funny shit with the telescope. Someone who's been watching that campaign. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you don't own that module, go and buy it. It's so awesome. Okay. But yeah, no, I think see, I'm not I who is it? Mr. Max Boy Vaughn, the
Yeah,
first 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D sort of spectrum that he kind of outlined. I think, well, not a perfect capture of what's happening at a game session. I think it actually does a nice job to give us some sort of common language, right? I think a game session shifts between all dimensions over the course of a couple of hours. You have the first hour, everyone's talking shit. Hey man, how was your day? How was the week? Oh, haven't seen you. Oh, by the way, Ragnar's got second level. Ba 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 ba. They're just kind of talking, eating Cheetos. Yeah, having a few last cracking jokes. The big bad shows up. All of a sudden, everyone's 2D, right? They're focused on the rules. They want to make sure their guy gets the thing and they get the bonus, and the bad guy isn't getting something unfair. And then there's this thing that goes on with the princess, and everyone all of a sudden everyone's 3D. And
yeah.
Steve from
I don't.
accounting is like Ragnar puffs his chest out and hits on the princess, whatever.
And
They're role playing. But
I agree,
I
man.
think role rules conversations are part of the game.
I
I'm
don't- well,
not.
yeah, and that doesn't bother me at all. I find it's like dynamics in music, right? It's like you don't want to hear somebody just chug away at an instrument at the same volume at the same level all night long. You don't want to hear a singer sing the same, at the same volume. Things are going to go up and down, and it's these things. You're going to have phases where it's a game.
Yeah.
So I mean, Zonalar, I don't know if I can stay in character that long. I don't know if anybody should. You're gonna ignore the whole part of the game. Um,
Yeah, and part of the game, and
Part of the game is role playing, sure. Like
yeah, and
as
part of the
a as
game
you
is
have a
also
role.
the war game side of it, which is paying attention to the rules, maximizing your advantages, and
Yeah.
trying to overcome the obstacle. See, like I look at the game on a spectrum. On the one hand, all the way over here, you have pure war gaming. And on the other hand, you have like what the 4D guys are doing is certain, right? And then D&D and Free League, those game systems are kind of in the middle, right? That's why I really
Right.
think DM Scotty's game is really great for 4D. It's so minimal. It does what it
You
needs to
know,
do. And you can just sit there and role play your heart
yeah.
out
Do you ever
without the
hang
mechanics getting in the way.
we have a division. We have a division in the crowd right now. And
Oh, I
and,
know.
and
I know we do.
here's what I'm gonna say. Um, do you ever spend any time in a pool hall, Matt?
It used to many years
Okay.
ago.
So we had a pool hall. We had a few where I was growing up, but the good one, the one that I definitely should not have been in, none of us should have been in,
Yeah, the
was the
good
one
one. The
the
good
good
one.
one, the good one, right? Okay. So you go into the pool hall, and most guys, what do you do first? You go to the bar, you grab a beer, you find an empty table, right? You go pick some sticks. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then you see those guys that roll in and they have their stick case and they brought
Yes.
their special glove.
I know those guys.
You know what I mean? And they only pick the pool table where the light is exactly centered above the table. Did you know that's a pool hack? Anyway, did you know that?
No, I didn't actually.
If you have a light directly over the center of a pool table, wherever the reflection comes off you're shooting it, if you hit your it's gonna go on every time.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So the point is I think D&D and you get together and we go like That's me. We get together, we play. We're gonna have moments of intense role play, and
So
then we're
what you're
gonna have.
saying is
I don't bring my
the
own pool stick and
the
special
the the
glove to
the
the
bro
D&D.
SR and the 4D guys are showing up with their cases and their gloves.
I'm
Gotcha,
just,
gotcha.
I'm just
I
saying.
think
I buy
Gary
it.
just threw the. I think Gary threw the gauntlet or something, man. I just want to say
You don't understand what I'm
no,
saying though,
no,
right?
I do. I'm just busting your balls
It's like
because
I
it's
didn't
fun.
bring my own stick. I use a
Yeah,
stick that is there.
yeah. No,
So
and I think at the end of the day, even the guys that I argue with in my in-person game who like consistently bitch about my when I mention OSR and they roll their fucking eyes, because they just finished watching the latest episode of Critical Role. Like,
yeah.
you know, uh, um they're they grudgingly know I'm not wrong, right? But at the same token, I'm trying to convey to them, I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong either. It's just like you need to pull back a little bit and see what's really going on. You know, I want you to role play. I want you to get into your character, but there is a game to be played. So sorry you rolled a 5 for your intelligence. Please play that character. You know, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will admit it. Here's the thing: it's not only rolling 3d6 down the line and having ow, that's my cat jumping in my lap with her claws. Um,
oh,
I
sorry.
would get
Zonalar, I apologize. Like I recognized your handle and I'm like, how do I know this guy? Now I know who you are. Hey, thanks for commenting. Thanks for joining us, man. This is why I've done 10 training sessions last year for brand new players. Some of them are on my YouTube channel. In regards to 4D.
work.
Anyway, I just wanted to highlight that real quick. Um, but I don't know. I at the end of the day, my philosophy and what I hope people get out of our conversations and my asinine opinions for what they're worth is rooted in what I actually see at the gaming table. And
Yeah.
what I see at the gaming table are players who want to eat their Cheetos, crack a few jokes, catch up with their friends, make sure their character doesn't die. That's why they're all of a sudden laser focused on how the goddamn rules are played and interpreted. And occasionally, especially if they've had a few drinks, jump up from the table and give like some rousing speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that happens all in one session. So I don't think, and while I respect
Well,
the 4D guys totally, like, frankly, I've had more fun gaming with you than a certain other crowd. What's up, brother?
oh
Uh,
my God.
sorry.
Like you just
Uh,
can't not fucking do it,
I
man.
know. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can do 4D consistently. I just don't know.
I don't think that's the other thing. I don't think it's usually like an
Yeah. Yeah.
hour and a half. It's not an easy thing, and I'm not grudge anybody that if they have fun. But that's the other thing. You know what? I feel like Reed's already a 4D guy. You
Oh,
ever
he
play?
totally is. Yeah.
He is, and he doesn't know it though.
I know. And that's what makes it so kind of like
That's
almost
what
pure,
makes it
right?
work because
Yeah.
he's just doing the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't watch this show.
Nope.
He doesn't give a fuck about the
No.
show.
My in-person gaming crew, like, I don't even talk about the shit that I do. Like, I've like showed up and be like, hey guys, check this out. This is the book I just published. Well, they're like, oh, hey, congrats, man. Anyway, did you see about the Bills? And oh, hey, by the way, Ragnar's second level. They don't care. They don't, you know what I mean? Like and I think that's most of the gaming community. I shouldn't say community. That's most gamers, and that's why I've said in the past, like, for those of us on the dungeon tubes, we're game masters who I have a particular passion, and we're willing to go into like this sort of theoretical.
Yeah.
So, and that's why we should all be careful because we may be in the ivory tower talking to ourselves, whereas what's really happening, the real game is in the trenches. And again, that's why I say things. Got nothing against the flip through review, but I play games. I record myself playing the games, and then I'll talk about them. Like I'm there. I'm trying to do what everybody else is doing. So,
Yeah, I've
um,
about had it with this cat. I'm about to. I'm about to get.
just
It's about
squirt
to
it
get
with some
started.
water, man. No, there you go. Oh no,
I
we're
don't
about
want
to
to do
see.
it.
Oh,
Don't make
she.
me
Oh,
do
it's
it.
cute. It's cute. That poor cat.
This poor cat's been on my ass all day. Anyway, they didn't know the
Oh,
second watch is gradually becoming
Anton,
the
you
new
mother.
critical role.
No.
Yeah, I'd take that critical role money.
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
I got some shit to sell you in pink and light blue if you want.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Elf Hunter. Hey. Oh, that's the wrong one. I guess I
Matt
do
has
have
trench
I do have
foot.
trench foot, I guess. Happy birthday, whichever one of you. That would be me. 48 years young. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're just having a good time, just hanging out. Oh, thanks, Mike.
Well, who cares?
um,
I gotta tell you, man, when you turn 50, we need to get together and talk because I swear to God, the day I turned 50, my YouTube algorithm went straight to hell. Like you don't even understand the shit that's popping up in my video feed. If it's not Dungeons and Dragons or guitar shit, it's whew, they
I've
have
been
assumed
getting
some things about me. Let me tell you.
like AARP videos or something.
I get that, but it's just funny because before I felt like I'm real good at like I know that don't
Sorry.
pull a Hassan Piker. What did I do?
You're gonna electrocute your cat?
I should, but I wouldn't feel bad about it. Like he was all trying to hide it. I'll just bitch, get out of here. Hang on, this is
Oh, there it is. There it is.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I think stages, and I like it, and phases. I think everybody's kind of does naturally to an extent. So Gary gets a lot of videos from the Mustache Anonymous crowd. Little blue pill. I had
That's
fucking my feed
Gary
is filled
Chubby
with little blue pills. Yeah.
Chubby. That's called hipsters. Anyway,
Eat a dick. This is not a hipster mustache. Shit. I live in hipster village, man. I live in
I
like
know
the
you do.
people's republic of hipsters. And this mustache scares those people. Let me tell you. If I went down to 4th Street right now, people would start blowing whistles. Ice, ice, ice.
Oh, that's gold.
I
That's
gotta
gold.
move. I gotta move before it starts because they're gonna surround us and not let anybody else, not let anybody out here.
um, real quick. Speaking of algorithms and YouTube feed, uh, this channel actually hit 1,200 subscribers.
Yay!
55 roughly in 2 weeks since Alexander Macris. Just want to say a quick thank you to everybody. I took all my actual plays, pulled them off YouTube, and I think that's helped the algorithm. Obviously, this live stream has helped this channel a lot. So just wanted to thank everybody, especially if you're new, if like this is the first time you're really here. Cool. Thank you. Next week, we're going to actually have Bacon, Crispy, Mike. Can't remember his handle off the top of my head, but they've released a 4D primer. We're going to talk about 4D role playing next week. We're going to have all three of them. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully you will be there and maybe learn a thing or two. And that's the thing I love about what we do here is, and the people that have been kind of gravitating to this channel and the people we've met, like we're learning things. Like I again, like I could I do 4D like consistently? Probably not. But you know what? When I do play 4D, I learn something and I walk away and my game, my regular game gets better. You know what I mean? Same thing with the Bro SR. Like when I did Brodiental Adventures, yeah, there was some criticism I have of it, but there were some things I walked away going, this is actually pretty cool. So, but yeah.
No, there's always, the thing is because these games are so personal. I mean, no, I don't think anybody runs runs games the same way as they do.
Take it
Uh,
easy, Bacon. Good to see you. Talk to
like
you next week, brother.
that's it. She went from cute to painful. And in case y'all want to know, I just sprayed the shit out of that cat. Cancel me, motherfuckers. Um, Hassan Piker ain't got shit on me. All right. Yeah, I don't know. The whole all I wanted to talk about tonight was D&D. You know, we do this show, so that I could play, so that I could find more people to play games with, and occasionally get some free shit. And that's why I was doing it. And I feel like we've accomplished that. You know, that's what I like about this the best. And we are learning. You know, it is. You are correct. It is one of those things where every the different
Gary, are you still there? Oh, okay. You kind of cut out. I think I heard what you said though.
it
Yeah,
don't
no,
matter.
but that's the thing. Well, little do you know, Trevor. Little do you know. Uh, right before, right before we start recording, doing the live stream, Gary and I pop on, and Gary goes, or I say to Gary, I'm like, "Do you know what we're going to do tonight?" And Gary goes, "Is it the same thing we do every night?" And I said, "Yes, it's try to take over the world." Um, I think what we're doing is important. We're not pushing an agenda. We're not trying to fight with people, not intentionally anyway.
You can't help
And
yourself.
I can't help myself. Well, I'm
It's not
controversial.
my sound setup, dude. Listen, everybody needs to fuck. My shit works just fine, right up until we start streaming.
No, it is. It's the internet connection. Totally. I
But
completely agree.
when we're not streaming, I don't freeze up.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
It's when we start streaming,
Yeah.
and it's not
Um,
streaming from my computer. It's streaming from his. So it
you
doesn't matter.
know,
Whatever.
if you maybe, what, I think I know might be a solution to this. We need more super chats. We get some super chats in. We can just I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's right.
Daryl.
I'm just the thing is I'm not sure which one of us is Pinky and which one's the brain, but it kind of depends on the night and how much I've had to drink. but yeah, I like what we do here, and I'm really pleased that we have some really great people who follow us and are um interested in what we're doing and want to be on the show and follow the show. So again, thank you everyone who's been subscribing. Oh, and on that note, if you're on Facebook, please go to Gaming with Lord Mattias and follow me. Once I get 100 follows, I can stream there. I really just want to do it for an experiment to see how that works with reach and expansion and all that stuff. Um, Someone from Rumble, I'm out of the loop. What is
Bro,
4D?
you show up next week. We ain't
Next
running
week.
time. Come
Yeah,
next week.
come next week, and you will learn everything you need to know from the guys who literally are writing the book on it. So, and have written the book on it. You will learn everything you need to know about 4D. It's an interesting role playing perspective.
So I want to, since it's your birthday, hold on.
Oh, this is what I wanted. More like Ren and Stimpy. Yes. Indeed. Thank you, sir.
Matt, if you
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
I'm
know we've
laughing.
had this. I understand. I know we've had this talk about there's too many games out. There's not enough time to play.
Yeah.
And I was talking earlier about all I wanted to do was talk about D&D and play D&D regardless of what happened. What if you could try any new system this year besides the One Ring, which we're going to play on Thursdays? What game would you be wanting?
A new system this year?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's tough.
Right?
Well, one is not a new system, but I'd love to get back to, and one actually is not necessarily a new system, but it's rooted in this. Um, I like I said, I really want to take a look at Arduin. Dave Hardgrave's design philosophy seems to be in line with how I look at things. It certainly has influenced Matt Tapp, and I have nothing but love for the Barrows and Borderlands crew. So checking out Arduin is definitely on my list. But I recently put out a video, my top 10 games of all times,
Yeah.
and the fucking roll and keep system from like classic L5R and the game I love to just love, 7C. I would love to revisit that and play that. So will I actually get to that this year? I don't know. I don't know. I saw
Yeah,
you pick up Axe.
I
Is that
did.
what you're looking to get into?
If man, well, here's the thing. I don't. We were talking about this earlier. I don't have time right now for another game. Right.
Yeah.
I'm the way my schedule works. I get one game a week, and the occasional one shot or something like that. And I really don't. I don't want to add too much more to it, just because I've got this whole other life. You know what I mean? Like we've all
Yeah.
got shit we got to do. But if everything I was doing ended, and I was like, okay, I need to put a new game together. As much as I Stars Without Number, I really want to play Stars Without Number, but I just think it would be easier to get people to play a fantasy game than a sci-fi game. So if I'm looking at the logistics of it, my heart would be like, let's do sci-fi. But I think a fantasy game always tends to work better, you know.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, probably Axe 2. I'm just so enamored with it. It's kind of, and one of the reasons I like it is, nah, fuck you. That's not true.
Chubby knows you so
Just
well.
fucking eat a dick, Chubby. That's not true.
uh
That's not
the
true. Offer me proof of that, Chubby. Give me some proof. You say that shit all the time. Fucking send him a link. Fuck this, dude. Every week he's on my ass about this shit. He can't back it up. I'm tired of this, dude. Let's go fight. Send him a link. All right. Well, I guess that's a no. All right.
Hold up 1 second. There it is. Zonoir, I think, asked what is Arduin, and yes, Arduin is from Dave Hardgrave, the West Coast continent for the founders of tabletop. Yeah, he basically took OD&D and started doing his own thing with it. And when you look at Barrows and Borderlands and what Matt Tapp is doing with it, it's like along the same trajectory. They're taking, how do I want to put this without getting in trouble? For a couple years, people have been saying things like, "Oh, Rule Zero is terrible, and if you're a Rule Zero game master, you suck." Where Dave Hardgrave is like, "I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna make things, and I'm gonna do things, and it's gonna be fun for my players." Matt Tapp has done the exact same thing, and through that sort of quote unquote Rule Zero mentality, they've like created like a bunch of crazy stuff that's like fantastic. So and I'm very much in that sort of line. Like, rules as written is important to learn the game, but there comes a point where, especially if you're a game master that's been paying attention, you're going to start seeing things in the game mechanics, so almost like the syntax of how things are working, the synergy of all these rules, and you'll reach this sort of plateau mentally where you can like then engage in the act of creation. And I would at that point you should start creating for your table. and that's where I think rules is written. Like those zealots are actually uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Expression. Maybe shooting themselves in the foot. Like I know they have the capacity to be great game masters, but they're so wedded to raw that like they refuse to take the next steps. I don't know. But anyway, Dave Hargrave seems to be in that line. Matt Tapp definitely. So, but anyway, there you go. I'll get off my soapbox.
Well, I think if you, I don't know, at some point when you're playing a game and you need to change like all the rules, and I'm learning this, I've learned this lesson before. You maybe should just play a different game if you think you need to change the rules that much. You know what I mean? Or if you need to do some stuff, maybe it's just not the system for you.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
that's
and
fair.
I've had to learn that lesson in the past.
Yeah, I think that's
Where
definitely fair. I've seen this argument constantly. People are like, "Oh, I really like 5e, but I want to make it OSR." And then there's this huge debate about like how to make 5e OSR, and I'm kind of like, the meme of the African dude who's just like, and I'm like pointing to OSE. I'm pointing to Lamentations. I'm pointing to Sword and Wizardry. I'm pointing to all these actual OSR games. Like, you don't need to turn 5e into OSR. There's already games out there. Like, what the hell are you doing? You're wasting your time.
oh, fucking chubby, dude.
I,
Just riding
we're
my dick.
but see when we finally start, producing merch, we're gonna actually owe Chubby money because I'm gonna be taking all of his quotes and putting it on T-shirts.
Oh,
But yeah, I don't think I think you're right about what it is you're saying. Like, but there is a difference between radically altering the game that you're playing to fit whatever it is that you want, such that maybe playing a new game is what you ought to do, to having an intimate understanding of what it is you're playing and tweaking it to like create a specific experience. And
sure.
that's what I'm talking about. Like, and that's what, like, take a look at Hostile, right? It's essentially Traveler, but it's designed for sci-fi horror, you know. And it just minor tweaks and it does it, right? Lamentations, a little bit more gritty realism from your standard OSR game, anything by Free League, that year zero game engine, it just gets tweaked, modified ever so slightly to fit these various genres, whether it's zombie apocalypse, The Walking Dead, to gothic horror, Vossen, to sci-fi horror, Alien, to science, sci-fi opera, like Dune, which in their Coriolis game,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I don't know. I have nothing against a game master who has the confidence to modify a game. However, I'm also that player who has been doing this for 40 years. And so if I suspect that, you don't have the skill, I'll be skeptical about the campaign. I'll just leave it at that. $2 from Chubby Funster. Oh my goodness. Boom.
And
I couldn't translate that. Thank you.
I'll just have you know that when I read that super chat, I saw that scene from The Bodyguard where Kevin Costner picks up Whitney Houston, but it's Chubby and he's cradling me in his arms as he runs me through the crowd of I roboted out, right?
No. This is me literally
That's what that was.
in shock and awe of
It's
your
yeah.
fantasy. We're gonna have to record this at North Texas Con and make it a promo.
Oh, Gary
The
doesn't
Whitney
have
Funster.
pipes. Gary does not have pipes, but what he did learn to do was sing through his nose like ABBA at a young age. If you can master that, dude, you're good. Possibly. Possibly. So, anyway, all right, Matt, it's your birthday. We got 15, 16 minutes left. What you want to tell the people? How many drinks have you had?
Um, this was full at the start of the
Oof.
night. I've been good, and I actually had a really nice bourbon at dinner. What do I want to tell the people? Really appreciate everyone, you know, consistently showing up to this shit show of a live stream. I really appreciate the people willing to join the shit show and talk to us. Never in my
I'm
wildest
sorry.
dreams would I expect to have DM Scotty on our show not once but twice. Like he likes us enough to come back, you know. Um Alexander Macros had indicated he'd love to come back, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's cool and getting to know guys like Chubby who's a fantastic designer has been a great this has just been a great year all around, absolutely all around. My channel is doing not that I wanted to be a YouTuber, but you know, if you're trying to do something like sell shit and like be a creator, right?
Mhm.
And writer, having a YouTube channel can help. So this well, you guys have helped make this happen, and I really appreciate it. Um, if you follow Nerd Cognito on Rumble, they will be doing second year in a row a Valentine's Day giveaway. I'm submitting some stuff for that. Possibly a third thing. I might be late because this fucking Shadow Dark thing has been plaguing me with various rewrites and problems with layout, but hopefully I'll be able to submit it. But go check that out if you you get some free shit, including some of my stuff. Um, but yeah, I really just appreciate all of that stuff. Like I just wanted, I got into this during COVID because I wanted to reach out to people in the industry and just talk about this fucking awesome hobby that I love so much. And this live stream is actually allowing me to do it. So, whereas before I was just doing like, you know, actual plays and the random videos. So, um, I'm 48 years old, but I still feel 16 gaming with all y'all and talking about these fucking games with all y'all. So, so that's that. What else?
Zarion wants to know, is Second Watch an actual play channel? Not really. No.
No, no. If what I'm
We
doing with actual plays is I'm putting them on Rumble. So if you go to Gaming with Lord Mattias on Rumble and give me a follow there, you'll get some actual plays from Gary and I. Some of the older stuff I had been doing years ago. But I learned recently that actual plays, well, number one, they're very niche, so they don't do well generally, right? And the YouTube algorithm, if you have a channel that's mixed and have actual plays on it, that it's going to really screw up your channel. So I just moved everything off YouTube into Rumble, where that algorithm is still a free for all. And that's actually kind of hilarious. But
yeah.
so the second watch, this channel, YouTube, is the live stream, the shorts I generate, and every week or two I put out a standalone video where I'm pontificating on some topic like how much I love level drain,
Mhm.
my top 10 whatever. I'm actually putting together a video about why I fucking hate paladins. And why the only paladins that should exist are the ones from Beckme. Uh, oh no, I'm right, and you're gonna love the arguments because I'm 100% correct on this. Um, but yeah, and then I do some like review stuff too. Like I want to get to some more Lamentations book reviews because there's some good stuff out there. But anyway, yeah, Zone Alarm. That's what this channel ultimately is. So, I got to Discord server that we're going to be modifying this weekend, and I really want it to be a gaming server, but a place where just people can go to talk. Now it's a free speech server. There is like this one area that's very toxic where just people are constantly arguing politics, but that's where it stays. And I really appreciate that because it's not dipping into other areas. Um, but yeah, it's actually been pretty cool because I haven't had to ban anybody, like maybe a couple people, because they've gotten a little too crazy. But for the past, what, 5 years, it's just been a free for all and people are having a good time. So feel free to join. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say other than thank you.
Yeah.
Like from the bottom of my heart, like this has been a great, like Gary and I have known each other for a few years now, and being able to like have our conversations publicized and have people to react to them and then actually join the conversations has been wild. Because otherwise, like Gary and I would just be like meeting at the bar and having these exact same conversations. You know what I mean?
Pretty much. Yeah. No, and it's really funny is how serious question. Should I start my own public Discord server? Chubby, I think me and Matt's opinion would be different on that.
I don't know about that because my answer is no.
Yeah. And my answer, honestly, my answer is no. And I'm always trying to talk Matt into like decapitating his Discord channel. Not getting rid of it, but I'm always trying to talk him into like trimming, like get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Um
The
that's just
thing,
it's just kind of how I am.
yeah, the thing about the Discord server is that it's about community, right?
Mhm.
And that's what I'm focused on. So it's a little different from like what I'm doing on the channel, but only slightly. Like it's a free speech server. Like I have liberals on my server arguing with conservatives
Ooh.
in the political in this one little chat. But everyone, I want to be clear here. Everyone on the server, with the exception of a few people who ended up getting banned, have honored that. Like it stays there. Every other channel, they're talking movies, games, whatever. And I want to respect that. And I actually had someone tell me, "You got to kick this guy off because he's a blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Why? It's just his opinion. Just argue with him or ignore him. That's
and
that's your choice,
and
right?"
that's that and Chubby,
But
that's reason number one why I don't think you should deal with a
well,
Discord server.
well, that dovetailing into that is Chubby. If you're not interested in monitoring a server, don't fucking do it. And that's why I say no. Like my server, I monitor, but it's a very much a clockwork deity sort of thing. Like I'll stop in like maybe I think I've had to do this like maybe 3 times in the past 5 years. Hey guys, go back to your corners. Argument's done.
Yeah.
That's it. But for the most part, people are just fucking posting shit, their memes, their games, whatever. I'd like to see more gaming on my server, and
And
that's why I'm actually putting money into it. So there's the bandwidth to like do games and stuff, and I'm going to be modifying the server to hopefully make it a little bit more user friendly. But yeah, Chubby, if you got a Patreon, you don't need a fucking Discord.
yeah, and I would
You're
also
talking to your audience through Patreon.
yeah, and one of my concerns with the Discord server is that and this hasn't happened, so maybe it's just me worrying or whatever, but my big thing with the Discord server is that I think sometimes the people who run a server can be held responsible for things that other people say, or you're held responsible for the actions of your community or what have you. And I just, I think Discord is great for getting together and playing games. It's fine, whatever. But yeah, I just don't. I don't do it, Chubby. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, no, I say don't do it unless you want to like really develop a community. And I would like to develop a community, but I do not have the time to do the like to put the time in. So
Yeah.
it like that's why I use the phrase clockwork deity. Like it's there, people are free to use it. These are the rules. You break the rules, you'll get banned. I banned 3 people in 5 years
Yeah.
because they broke the rules. And the rules are not that crazy. Don't be a dick. Don't fucking cut and paste and what's private conversations and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's all there. But like where you're at, like you have a Patreon, you have an audience, people who are paying you to see the things behind the scenes, right? Like I don't think you need a Discord. I honestly don't. And if you think you do, you're more than welcome to come to my Discord to advertise and do shit. Like and this by the way, what I just said is open to everyone. I am an indie game promoter. I want to see people create. Like I create shit. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, whatever. I'm doing what I love, and I want you to do what you love. And if you got some idea, come to my server and promote it. If you want to run games, come to my server and look for gamers. There's a guy, Magic Man, God bless him. He's really into fucking World of Darkness. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people on my server who are not into World of Darkness, but he's constantly advertising. So if you're interested in World of Darkness, jump on that guy's game, because he's going to probably teach you how to play it. You know what I mean? So, like, that's the community I want to build, gamers. And like I said, I have a little safety valve. It's the politics channel. Leave it fucking there. And so far, like I said, like it's actually worked. Gary wants me to get rid of it. I don't know if I
I
will
do.
because
I do.
it
I want,
works.
okay, so here's my, let me explain. Let me explain why I want you to get rid of the politics channel, because it has nothing to fucking do with gaming
Yeah,
at
but
all.
it's
It got,
everything to do with community though. That's the thing.
ugh,
You can't.
whatever.
It's got everything to do with gaming.
Wait, but it's a community of like-minded,
No, it's
politically
not. But that's
like-minded.
the thing though. You're wrong. Like literally, I have a guy who's posting memes about how much he does not like ice. Right.
Right.
I I'm a conservative. I'm happy with what the ice is doing. I don't say anything. He's free to post what he says about that. And they have their conversations and it stays in those channels. It has not bleeded in. The
Okay.
only time I've actually, honestly, the only time I've had issues has nothing to do with politics. It had everything to do with shitty gamers doing shitty gamer things. One guy in particular almost torpedoed my Lamentations of Elemental Evil game. I was like literally 2 days before I left for a vacation to go visit my family, uh, all of a sudden, like everyone's like, "This guy's pissing us off. We want to leave your game." I was like, "What the fuck? Oh my god!" I'm texting like, "Whoa," trying to like put out this fire. Come to
Mhm.
find out, this guy was antagonizing people in my game on other servers, like getting in their face because of the way they were playing in my game. He wasn't doing it on my server, he was doing it on other servers. So I was finally like, okay, bro, you're done, out.
Mhm.
But yeah, those are the people I banned. It had nothing to do with politics. So again, do I want people to come to my Discord to discuss politics? No, but I recognize who people are. It's a free speech Discord
Yeah, but
server. Keep
the
it there, and if you
I
keep it there,
understand
you're cool.
I understand what you're saying, but it's the same to me. It's like having a section about spaghetti on your game server, right? Like
Well,
there's
that's not
no
a very
there.
good analogy.
It is a good analogy because
No,
it
it's
has
not.
nothing to do with gaming either.
Yeah, but it's
It's just
important to gamers. It's
it's
about
apples and
community.
turtles,
And if
you
and
know.
if spaghetti helps people like build a community, hey, I like to boil it al dente. Fuck you, it's better be soft. All right, keep it in the spaghetti server. And you know what? It
Just
does. It
I,
stays in the spaghetti server or
it's fine.
channel.
Hey man, I'm just telling you. That's just what I think. That's all. We're having the conversation. You know what I mean? But I understand. Yes, if you're in Discord server, you have to handle the drama. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to have
And
any.
I think I've done a good job because I told everyone it stays there and they have left it there. It's pretty good. So, I would like to have someone to help me uh, be an admin, but it's not that active where I really need one right now. But like I said, I'm a clockwork deity. Someone shows up, I say, "Hey, good to see you. Let me know if you have any questions," and then I'm out, and they just kind of do their thing.
Yeah.
It's an unlike some servers, mine's actually libertarian. Anyway, um, that was a little anyway. But yeah, I'm whatever, whatever. But I am going to change some things around this weekend because as I said, certain people aren't doing what. Well, I had this idea where I would elevate people to be game master, and I'd let them play games on my server, and I'd give them extra permissions. But truth be told, people who are interested in game mastery are just going to create their own Discord server. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to create and make more robust the looking for group, looking for game master sections on the server. And I'm just going to get rid of a lot of the so-called game master sections because those
Hey,
guys are
Max,
doing
you
things
roboted
elsewhere.
out, not me.
There are in the server. So what I did I what?
You're back. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, there are a few people who ask to stay to be game masters on the server, and they will. But there's going to be a lot of trimming this weekend because this is the day. Today is D-Day. Point I'm trying to make is though I'd like to see a community, right? And so far, the people who are part of that Discord server are honoring the contract. So I have no reason to get rid of certain things. Dudes want to argue politics. There it is. Go for it. And I got people talking about movies. I got people talking about books. I got people talking about games, video games. I got people running games.
All right.
I don't know. I don't think I've done anything wrong.
I don't think you've done anything wrong. I'm not trying to like whip you or anything. I just, it really comes down to, I think for me, and the reason I'm so like ardent about it is because I do think that there is always the outside possibility that something somebody says is going to stick to you, whether you said it or not. And uh, it's just
Gary.
not, that's just me. That's just me.
Well, no, and that's fair. But Gary, my response is I'm a conservative. Shit has been thrown at me and tried to stick to me for fucking decades. I'll weather the storm. I'm not too concerned about it. So,
Right on.
anyway, with that said, hey, you know what? Flint made a great point. How about we all hit like and subscribe and hit the bell
Yeah.
icon? And if you're on Rumble, give me a follow. And I really appreciate it. Um,
I
and
think
with that
that's about
said,
it. Who do we have next week?
bacon, crispy, table runner crispy. Oh man, I can't wait to talk to him.
All Star
Uh,
Cast. All
yeah,
Star
and
Cast. Crispy, it was like every time I've interacted with him, he's the nicest guy. You know what I mean? Am I roboting out?
no, I was actually I
Uh,
saw Melkor. Melkor is one of our regulars. Good to
what's
see
up,
you, buddy.
Milk?
Oh, what an asshole. You
Why?
know what? You know what? He's got a Patreon. Unsubscribe to that. Anyway.
Oh, JK.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, next week. So we're gonna be talking 4D, Bacon, and oh god, I cannot remember his handle, but Mike wrote a book about 4D, how to do it, how to run it. Crispy, Table Runner Crispy is a huge proponent of it. He's got a channel where he really dives into how people are role playing and he criticizes. He's also got a penchant for jazz and good drinks.
Mhm.
He's a good guy. Gary and I actually participated in session 0 for a potential 4D game, just to kind of walk us through how it would work. It was fantastic. Looking forward to talking to those guys next week. So if you don't know what 4D role playing is, that is the show to be at. You're going to learn everything. And the 4D primer, I believe, is free on drive-through.
Yep.
So go check that out. So guys, this is it.
Happy birthday to you. I said happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lord Mateus. Happy birthday to you.
I appreciate it, guys. Gary, thank you very much, man. This was actually a really good birthday. I just wanted to hang out and chat as I stare into the abyss. Damn it, Jim! It's your birthday, not a funeral. No, but I had a good time. Thank you, chat. Thank you for all the super chats. You guys are great. I love you guys. Gary, thank you. As always, the second watch wouldn't be the second watch without you.
You're gay. Chubby.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
No, Chubby's gay. You're gay.
You're gay. You're gay.
That's what it's come down to for me and Chubby. You're gay. No, you're gay. Hey, Chubby, I've got some friends up in Dallas. I'll start making some calls and make sure that we go to the good place. Yeah, we'll figure out barbecue. I wanted to do barbecue last year, but I think we were just so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Everything that it was like, fuck. You know, we didn't want to miss anything to actually drive into the city and get barbecue because, you know, we're not really in the city at North Texas.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I'll scout it out, man, and I'll figure it out. And maybe what I can do, or you know what I might be able to do, is pick up some barbecue en route because I drive up there.
Yeah.
So maybe I can like go out to Lockhart, which is like the actual barbecue town of Texas. You know, it's like barbecue every 15 feet.
There is a possibility that I might actually be there a few days before North Texas Con starts.
Pourquoi?
My wife has a friend in Austin, so we might go down a couple days early.
Come to Austin?
Yeah. So it's not set in stone. We're trying to work things out. I didn't want to say anything until we knew. But it might be because that's like the first week of June. So technically my son still has school. So it's like we'd have to take him out. It's like, we're trying to figure it out. But I'm like,
take him out. It's cool.
But oh no, I know. Because I thought it would be cool to like maybe we spend some time, you know, I hang out with you, right? Brian, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe Ben and I spend the first day of North Texas Con gaming, then they head back and then you know, whatever. But we're still trying to work it out. Doc Flamingo, hey Mattias, are you playing in an awesome new campaign this Feb? Not yet, but I think on March 1st I'm going to be playing in one of your games, and I have your game right there on my shelf. Once we play it, I will be doing a detailed review on it for you, brother. Thank you for the invite, by the way.
Where's Death Angel Shadow from?
Where's he from?
Yeah, where you at, Death Angel? You got all kinds of
Tennessee.
You're in Tennessee? You're in Tennessee.
Okay, just for FYI, I chose the second watch because in all my games, all the random encounters happen in the third and fourth watch. That's why Gary and I can get drunk and just hang out because nothing's going to happen.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. So if you want to have a third watch, go for it. But the goblins
Tuesday.
are going to
attack. Nothing happens on Tuesday.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, East Tennessee says East Tennessee. So, all right, guys.
All right.
Our watch has ended.
Social Security number.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, do that. One time I was talking to someone online who lived in New York, and I said, they said, yeah, tell them about their apartment. And I said, I made a statement. I'm like, how much you pay per square foot? Bro, you'd have thought everybody, God damn, dude, why don't you just, ask him for his social security number? I'm like, fuck me. I didn't even ask for his address. I'm just curious what he's paying square foot per rent. That's all. So
That's a New
15
York
minutes.
City thing. All right.
All right. I got to go.
All right. Our watch has ended. Guys, thank you so much. Next week, please be here. We got a great panel lined up for 4D. But yeah, our watch has ended. And we will see you next week.